From a man who survived 2 nuclear bombs to a father and son who saved the same person twice. Here are 5 of the strangest coincidences in history. First, we have to look at the father and son who saved the same person. It's a hot summer day in 1937. And John Collins is taking a stroll by the river with his wife and kids. Suddenly, they see a group of children struggling in the water. Without hesitation, John jumps in to save them. He manages to save all but one, a young boy who sadly drowns in front of them. To make matters worse, the grateful parents of the saved children accuse John of playing favorites and not trying hard enough to save them all. Although it was far from the truth, this really upsets John. So, he and his wife leave and never return to that town. A few years later, John's son becomes a lifeguard. One day while on duty, he sees a group of people struggling in the river. Without thinking twice, he jumps in to help. To his shock, he realizes it's the same family whose kid he'd saved years ago. And the grateful father is none other than the man he'd rescued all those years prior. Talk about a strange twist of fate. Next, we have to look at the man who accidentally killed himself. 100 years later, in the 19th century, a man named Henry Zealand breaks up with his fiancée. Her brother, Edward, seeks revenge. But when he takes aim at Henry, he misses. The bullet lodges itself in a tree. 4 years. The tree stands as a reminder of Edward's failed attempt at revenge. Then one day, Henry decides to cut the tree down, but he's using dynamite. As the tree explodes, the bullet is shot right out and straight into Henry's head, killing him instantly. What an incredibly strange and unfortunate set of circumstances. Moving on. We have to look at the identical cars in the strange accident. It's August 21, 1895, and a man driving his horse-drawn carriage accidentally crashes into another carriage. And guess what? They're the only 2 carriages in the entire area. This was the first car accident in U.S. history. Now let's look at the twins who died the same way at the same time. In 2002, a tragic accident occurs in Finland. A 22-year-old man named Ani accidentally runs over his twin brother Tony, who's also 22. Both brothers were riding their bikes on the same road, and somehow they collided in a fatal accident. What makes this case even stranger is that both bikes were identical, as were their clothing and even their shoes. It truly was a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Finally, we have to look at the man who survived 2 nuclear bombs. In 1945, Japanese citizen Tsutomu Yamaguchi was in Hiroshima when the first atomic bomb was dropped. He suffered serious injuries but managed to survive. The next day, he travels to Nagasaki for work. But while there, he witnesses the second atomic bombing of Nagasaki. Miraculously, he survived both attacks and lived until 2010. These coincidences are truly mind-boggling. Which one surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.